right, everyone's here. We can start. Wonderful. So thank you so much for being here in the 40-day intensive and the Instrument of Truth Part 3 class. So this is a combined moment together, and it doesn't matter. It's all say the same stuff in that sense. So in this moment together, the first half hour is, say, meditation, slowing down, relaxing and all that. And then we start with the Instrument of Truth part, in which we're going to present, or say, spend some time sharing the experiences that we had, or the product that we made, or the invention, or the thing that came up as an inspiration for us in the Instrument of Truth assignment, so to speak. And this time the word was solitude. And so later on, more about that. So like I said, we start with the meditation. That's really part of the 40 days intensive. And it's great to start like this, because giving up all desires and giving up all hopes and all concerns and all thoughts and all ideas before anything is like a clean slate, is like, well, we're open for something to occur. Well, this miracle readiness is really what we're heading to, and we want to open ourselves up for that. So join me in that, please. And I made an interesting shape out of a poem. I did this a lot before too. It's like shaping poetry in the shape of a butterfly or a big heart. But today something else was suddenly present. I'll share it with you, and it becomes pretty obvious. And I will read that during the meditation. I'll read it a couple of times because it's a really beautiful contemplative declaration is almost what I want to say. It's like it's a declaration. It's a opening up for the truth about you, but in a way that's interesting to share it this way. But the shape is also funny of the poem, of the prayer that I present. And so it's from the Way of Mastery, the Way of the Heart, and it's from lesson 11, I think, in the book. And I use this just because it feels good. That's the only reason. It's like, it was given me to share this with you. That was the thing that popped up this afternoon when I was, opening up for how are we going to start this moment together. So I'm going to share the screen with you and read it to you, but not just read it to you. It's like, it's for me, if I share with you, you might feel the directness of the communication. This is something that's not just for me to do that, but it's also a capacity or possibility for you when you share. And that's why I want to put some emphasis on it right now. I'm actually explaining what's happening, and you've felt it before for sure. It's like you cannot really read this without letting it affect you. And if you are open to let that affect you, what you're sharing is not words, but it's actually light and love that you're extending. So you can already feel it when I share this. So let's relax and let's this take over. Let this take over, this communication of light and love. So it's like, okay, opening up for the frequency for that, opening up for that force field that is the declaration of our oneness with each other. And our oneness in God. Okay, so I'm going to share this with you. I hope you can read this, and I can. I hope you can do that too. Oh yeah, okay, wonderful. So here, yeah, relax. Allow your breathing to become gentle, going within, breathing in through your nose, breathing out through your mouth. And slowly, gently, but deeply, deep into your belly. And releasing, when you release your breath, it is like, oh, give it an extra, a little moment so that it stretches into infinity. You know, it's like before you take another stroke of breath. And sigh if you need to, cry if you need to, laugh if you need to. Whatever comes up, it's all welcome in that sense. But you're not going to do anything with it except releasing it or letting it be. So I put a source right underneath of it. Source is the christmind.info. It's a great website with all kinds of books that you can directly read online. So I love it. But I copied it. So here we go. I am loved. I am loving. And I am lovable forever. I am loved. I am loving. And I am lovable forever. I am that I am. I am that I am. Infinite awareness. Birthless. Deathless. That which embraces the dream of space and time, and looks lovingly upon all harmless and neutral events. And even the body is no longer mine. It merely arises and passes away, while I, the creator of all creation, inform it with the awareness of perfect forgiveness, perfect peace, and the fulfillment of love. Yea, though I walk through the valleys of space and time, fear arises not within me. For all good things are in my safekeeping, stored where moth and dust cannot corrupt, where thieves cannot break in to steal. Here alone is the treasure that I seek no longer, but I have found. I am loved, I'm loving, and I'm lovable forever. I am that I am, infinite awareness, birthless, deathless. That which embraces the dream of space and time, and looks lovingly upon all harmless and neutral events. And even the body is no longer mine. It merely arises and passes away, while I, the creator of all creation, inform it with the awareness of perfect forgiveness, perfect peace, and the fulfillment of love. Yea, though I walk through the valleys of space and time, fear arises not within me. For all good things are in my safekeeping, stored where moth and dust cannot corrupt, and where thieves cannot break in to steal. Here alone is the treasure that I seek no longer, but I have found. So I'll be still for a moment and then come back to read this again. I am loved, I am loving, and I am lovable forever. I am that I am. Infinite awareness, birthless, deathless, that which embraces the dream of space and time and looks lovingly upon all harmless and neutral events. And even the body is no longer mine. It merely arises and passes away, while I, the creator of all creation, inform it with the awareness of perfect forgiveness, perfect peace, and fulfillment of love. Yea, though I walk through the valleys of space and time, fear arises not within me. For all good things are in my safekeeping, stored where moth and dust cannot corrupt, where thieves cannot break in to steal. Here alone is the treasure that I seek no longer, because I have found. I am loved, I am loving, and I am lovable. I am that I am. Infinite awareness, birthless, deathless, that which embraces the dream of space and time and looks lovingly upon all harmless and neutral events. And even the body is no longer mine. It merely arises and passes away, while I, the creator of all creation, inform it with the awareness of perfect forgiveness, perfect peace, and the fulfillment of love. Yea, though I walk through the valleys of space and time, fear arises not within me. For all good things are in my safekeeping, stored where moth and dust cannot corrupt, where thieves cannot break in to steal. Here alone is the treasure that I seek no longer, because I have found. Thank you, guys. Thank you. All right, so there was already a little bit of a, say, an exercise in solitude, because you're by yourself in that sense. You're by yourself. So today, this solitude part is an interesting, say, subject in relationship with say inspiration, being inspirited, being say coming to the place where you actually communicate with the universe, so to speak. But it doesn't necessarily have to feel always that way either. So solitude has a lot to do with the mindset that you're in, because how do you feel when you're by yourself, when you're say walking through the forest, when you're taking time to sit still, and when you decide to just take a moment to hang out in the closet, so to speak, in your room to pray. Or so there are many say artists and all that who are writing about it, who share about it, who say that how much they need it. They live in remote places, and of course we have the monks too, like going to the Himalayas to choose for a life of solitude, of quietness, of so there's not separation, it's solitude. One of the monks that are in the Himalayas is somebody with the name Rikara, I think it was his name. Let me check this out. So I want to share something from him, if I can find it, of course. Here it is. Yeah. Mathieu Ricard, French Buddhist monk. He's like the happiest man in the world. That's how he's known in the books. But what is he trying to share with us today? So I'm going to read a little bit of that. I made also a screen for that. So I'm going to share that with you. In solitude of immaculate nature, each moment is worth its weight in gold and brings us closer to the ultimate nature of things. The outside silence opens the door to the inner silence, and then the freshness of the present moment nurtures our heart with good qualities. When silence reigns, our mind can easily stretch over the space around us and melt into it. The outside peace and the inner peace are as one. I'll read it one more time. In this solitude of immaculate nature, each moment is worth its weight in gold and brings us closer to the ultimate nature of things. The outside silence opens the doors to the inner silence. Then the freshness of the present moment nurtures our heart with good qualities. When silence reigns, our mind can easily stretch over the space around us and melt into it. The outside peace and the inner peace are as one. So I thought it was a lovely description. That's why I shared with you. See, it is like it is not necessarily that you need, say, quietness and silence around you to experience it inwardly. Luckily not. So the practice is also the other way around. It's like you take this with you wherever you go. This silence, this peace, you take it with you wherever you go. Once you experience it, it starts to glow in you. You take it with you. You have you take an active memory of it with you. So anyway, so this is one of the ways it is described. One of the ways it is, put into words as an experience of solitude. So today I'm very curious what you will bring in, the participants in this class, what you will bring in to share. And I've seen some of the little videos and texts that you sent me. And I think it's a great time to start sharing that, just for the, say, the expression of it, because you have such an incredible part in all of this. So it's lovely to see that and experience that together. So that's what I want to continue with before we do anything else. So I'm going to turn this off for now, the recording.